What is up everyone? In this video I'm going to show you the exact product that I first ever launched on Amazon Japan FBA. I'm going to talk about my experience back then. This is going back about 3 years ago, how and why I chose it and some of the big problems that I had, and yeah, let's get straight into it. Alright, so this is pretty much going back almost exactly 3 years from today. You know, back then as well, there was no good software or any tools like that to use to do product research for Amazon Japan. I didn't have anyone to teach me. I learned some information about selling on Amazon.com in the US, but as for Japan, you know, there's pretty much no information around there, out there available. So yeah, I'll just show you the product. This is it right here, okay? So I'll just open it up so you can check it out. So this is it. It's a whole bunch of parts in here. This is what we call a poison remover, right? And I know that is a random as product. I'll just set it up for you and show what it does. So you have these little cups. And then yeah, so basically if you get bitten by a snake or a spider or something like that, you put this thing on here and you pump it, and it helps get rid of the poison. So yeah, I had no idea what this product was back then. You don't really see them in shops or anything like that around Japan, but I did a lot of research. I was looking specifically in the sports category for something that I wanted to sell, and yeah, I saw that these poison removers were actually selling pretty good. As I said, there was no tools or anything back then, so I was tracking like our sales daily, like had my own spreadsheet, and would like use the 999 cart method to try and figure out what people were selling. I was keeping a record of you know, BSRs for products and things like that. And yeah, from this product I looked at the competition, and you know, the competitors were doing pretty well, but they had pretty bad listings. You know, they had bad photos, some of them had a few bad reviews and things like that, and I just thought that I could do a better job. So yeah, I found some suppliers on Alibaba, and yeah, got a whole shipment of 1,000 units sent from China straight into Amazon's FBA warehouses here in Japan. So the problem was that when I was doing my research, it was in the summer, and by the time my order arrived into Japan, it was getting to around about November, so it was getting a bit colder, and yeah, it was heading into winter, and I didn't realize how seasonal this product was. Okay, so the sales were jacked up so high because a lot of people buy these in the summer for, I guess, when they go camping or hiking or, you know, fishing, things like that. They want to buy one of these kits to have with them. So yeah, by the time my products got into Amazon, competition sales had just dropped quite a lot, and yeah, I was still selling but maybe just like 1 or 2 a day, whereas in the summer, you know, some of the competitors were selling anywhere from like 20 to 50 units a day. So yeah, that was a pretty big shock. So I pretty much just let it just slowly run out over time, selling like 1 unit a day. And then by the time it got to next year's summer, so I had to pay long-term storage fees because my products were in there for there was 6 months, and then there was, yeah, it's basically a year or something like that. I think it was once or twice I had to pay long-term storage fees. But when the next summer kicked off, boom, I started selling, yeah, 20, 30, 40 units a day, and I was running out really quick. So and then I made the decision, you know, I could still make some more money. If I ordered now, I could get another batch in time to be able to sell them in the next summer as well. So I decided to do that. I pulled the trigger. I contacted their supplier, and I was like, "Oh, send me another 1,000 units, like as quick as possible, and I'll sell these ones as well." So what happened was that I made the order, I paid for it, and then they were just about to ship it, and then my supplier said to me, they said, "Oh, by the way, do you have a medical license or something like that?" And I was like, "No, I'm not a doctor or anything like that." And they're like, "Oh, well, unfortunately, the import laws have changed for this product since last year, so if you don't have this medical license, you won't be able to get into Japan." I'm like, "Oh my God, thanks for telling me that now, after I paid you all this money." So we kind of went back and forth and tried to think of ideas how we could get it into the country. So we decided to put a sticker over the word poison remover on the product, and then just import them and say that they were called, I think like mini vacuums or something like that, trying to give it a different kind of name or purpose. But they got stopped at customs, and yeah, I got contacted by Japanese customers and said you can't get them in unless you have this license. So we sent that box back, and then we tried another method. We tried taking out the instruction pamphlet that was in Japanese and just send a box into Japan, and that got stopped as well and sent back. So yeah, it took a long time, and then finally figured out if we could send it to Osaka, down to the port down there. They had different laws or something like that, and we actually managed to get them through Osaka. So then I sent all the 1,000 units to Osaka, and yeah, then I had to get them moved around from there to the other Amazon warehouses. But by that time, it was coming to near the end of the summer. And yeah, I couldn't sell them all throughout the summer, so I had to slowly sell them over, you know, throughout the winter and stuff as well. But I did get rid of them, and I did get my money back. I did actually make money on them, but yeah, it was an experience, that's for sure. So yeah, I learned that make sure you know what you're doing when you're importing your products. Make sure you've got your bases covered, and you don't want any surprises like needing a medical certificate or license or anything like that. And you make sure that you check if a product is seasonal or not. So these days, yeah, I use a tool called sellersprite.com, and that's a good way to be able to look at the seasonality of products. You can see like the sales history, you can see revenue, and you can see like how much it's been trending and things like that. So it's a lot more, it makes it a lot more safer. But yeah, that was the product. This thing here, a poison remover. Yeah, I don't sell them anymore for the fact that I just don't want to deal with a seasonal product. So yeah, we've got like 2 or 3 sitting around the house, and yeah, that was my first experience, and it was good because, you know, I got my feet wet and I just took action. And even though I had no experience really doing this stuff before, you learn a lot along the way. So yeah, you make mistakes if you're just starting out, but yeah, you learn a lot as well. So learn how to contact suppliers, learned how to negotiate prices, learned how to create, you know, a shipping plan in Amazon Seller Central, and then yeah, learn a lot. So you just learn by doing. So that is it for the story of my first product, and yeah, I'll see you in another video.